Just as long as you're chasing money, do what's right, never give up.
That's our home stretch, the artist of the week. You know, the other time, Alera and I was saying...
No, that's not him.
I know.
That was P-Square.
Yeah, so we're talking about the artist, no, artist of the week.
Oh, artist. Okay, all right.
Okay, let me see how, let me try to say it the way Mr. Kruzich will say it.
Don't put your foot in it.
This collaborative international exchange program engages... no, it's not working. So we have quite a pack in the house this morning. This collaborative international exchange program engages underserved communities in 6 countries around the world and uses artistic collaboration and social engagement to enhance people-to-people diplomacy. You probably haven't heard that before, especially among young audiences. Using multidisciplinary hip-hop collaborations, this unique arts-based exchange explores and addresses conflict resolution strategies by sending up to 20 American beat makers. Beat makers, not just musicians. Just slow down. DJs, B-boys and B-girls, or experts of other types of hip-hop dance, or MCs in teams of 5 artists to lead 4 to 6 week exchange programs in various countries. What all of this is about, you're about to hear from 3 gentlemen joining us this morning. Joe Kruzich is U.S. Consulate's Public Affairs Officer. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Genius Brickhouse is here. He's Director of Next Level. Thank you. As well as Rizky Rakhmat. He's Site Manager. Thank you for being here this morning. Okay, so I've been saying all of those. Help me understand what we're dealing with here, Mr. Kruzich.
Well, we're very proud at the U.S. Consulate in Lagos to be able to bring together great artists from the United States and Nigeria. And we do that in a number of different fields. And in this case, it has to do with hip-hop music and Afrobeats music, which is very popular in the U.S. and also very popular here in Nigeria.
I know hip-hop is popular there.
We're also doing a lot in the film sector as well, creating exchanges between Hollywood and Nollywood. That's one of our priority areas for our diplomatic engagement with Nigeria, with the Nigerian people and its government. And so we're just very excited to be able to welcome all of these great American artists as part of a program that we have through the U.S. State Department for 2 weeks here through the good offices of Ogidi Studios, one of Africa's leading recording studios, a studio that was vital for the production of the soundtrack of Wakanda Forever, so that they're now engaging with a number of talented young musicians in Lagos and across Nigeria.
Interesting. Mr. Brickhouse.
Blessings.
Next Level. It's not a new phrase. What's this about? You're the director of Next Level.
Yes, so Next Level, the term itself is one that annotates growth, that says we are evolving, we are growing, we are always trying to do better. So the program in itself is an initiative sponsored by the Bureau of Education and Cultural Affairs at the U.S. Department of State, administered by Meridian International Center in Washington, D.C., and also partnered with the U.S. Consulate here in Lagos, and as Joe mentioned, Ogidi Studios. Our goal is to engage communities and to build connected communities like across the globe through the lens of hip-hop culture.
So when he talked about Afrobeat being popular in the U.S., what's he talking about?
Well, Afrobeat is
ours, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm proud to say that. You know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. and actually you should be. And that's why these types of exchanges are important, because hip-hop is an American-derived art form. However, it is considered very international, mostly because people were able to find it in their own languages, and they're able to express themselves in the languages that they speak, and also in the movement that makes sense to them. So what that looks like and how we connect as a program is what Next Level aims to do.
You know, Mr. Rahmat, one of the things a host of people will, once they hear American music, it comes with a mindset. Now, integrating that into the cultures of other countries, how easy or not is it, in your opinion? How is the acceptance?
I think it's a two-way street. As our artist educators and our team comes to these countries like Lagos, we really approach it with a reciprocating kind of exchange mentality. So part of it, you know, for us is sharing who we are as individuals, where we come from, what our art forms is, but a lot of it too is learning who all is participating here and what that looks and feels like. So is it easy? It's as easy as you and I, you know, exchanging jokes or enjoying music and sitting and exchanging. So as easy as we make it. But when it's conflict, we also do conflict transformation workshops where we talk about, are we having a conversation, are we having a dialogue, or are we debating? And through that, we can find different ways where we can connect, find similarities, and hopefully accept our differences. But it's always a case-by-case basis.
How accepted has Afrobeats been in the United States?
Oh, I think it's very, very well accepted, and it's had a great influence on American cultural development overall. I would just add, for example, we were very much a supporter of the Headies, which is the Grammys of Nigeria. The Headies just finished up this last weekend, the second time in a row that they held the Headies in Atlanta, Georgia. So that shows you right there the prominence of Afrobeats music in the United States, that one of Africa's premier music awards would be held in Atlanta, Georgia, which is also a center of Afrobeat innovation and hip-hop music, and also the film is called Hollywood West. Now because of the film industry and Tyler Perry and what he's done to bring studios over there. So it's a great influence that it's had on America, and we like to see this as a collaboration. There's also obviously influences from American music on Nigeria, and out of that we create something even better. And I think this collaboration that we're seeing in the music realm, and also in the collaboration between Nollywood and Hollywood, and Afrif coming up in November. We're going to have lots of American studios here, Netflix, Amazon. We're going to have a group called Global Media Makers from Los Angeles coming out here to spot talent in the Nigerian place. We have right now 3 or 4 filmmakers from Nollywood doing some major training for 2 months in Los Angeles that we're funding out of the U.S. Consulate. So there's just a whole bunch of activity going on between the U.S. and Nigeria in the creative industry space. And we think this has lots of potential for creating stronger relations between the peoples of the United States and Nigeria.
Julius, Joe did say earlier that you were working across Nigeria. So apart from Lagos, where else would you be visiting?
Well, this particular residency, we'll be at Ogidi Studios, like in Lagos. However, people are coming from different places across Nigeria. Previously, Next Level has been to a total of 52 different countries that we've had. This is our 52nd residency in the last 10 years. So about 5 years ago, we were in Abuja for a program as well, where we worked with artists across 4 different geopolitical regions to come together and work on community building and entrepreneurship.
What was that experience like for you, listening to music that you probably never heard before?
Actually, I'm pretty much a fan. So I've heard it before, but I think we're a lot more connected through music than people assume. You know, there are oceans between us, but make no mistake about it, people get music. And for me, the experience was an amazing one, mostly because of the people that we were able to connect with across languages and across understandings. I'm about that, right? And I think that's a good start. for us to ask questions beyond the music. How are people living their lives? What makes them tick? Mostly, what do we not know about you? So, frankly, the music, the art is just exactly, and that's why we're here. It's not what makes us the same; it's what we don't know about each other.
Risky, how long have you been in Nigeria?
I've been in Nigeria about 7 days now. It's been 1 week.
Okay, and you've been
in
in Lagos 7 days?
We have been in Lagos, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Where have you visited in Lagos?
Well, we've spent the majority of the time at Ogidi Studios. However, we also went to the Ogobidi House, which had an open mic night on Thursday night, which is very fun. It's kind of first time artists coming on the mic, doing their thing, and veteran also musicians playing live. So that was a very enjoyable scene. We're going to be visiting various cultural visits as well. We're hoping to do the canopy walk, the hike. And we're meeting a lot of local dancers and artists and musicians, so we get to hang out with them both at the studio, but hoping to see a little bit more on the ground stuff. But we've been pretty busy preparing our performance.
Which musicians have you met?
Oh, I'm sorry?
Which of the Nigerian musicians have you met?
They're all local, I would say, starting artists. So I'm not sure if they're. We work with those folks who are hungry for growth and wanting to exchange with us. So a lot of the big timers are, probably a little bit outside of our purview, but
they're already big, so they don't need.
Well, we're very open to working with them, but yeah, exactly. In
the past, the program, Next Level program, has worked with M.I. Abaga before.
So for me, one of the smoothest rappers.
Yes, pretty smooth.
One of the smoothest for me. Okay, well, she was asking where have you been? I'm not going to lead you on. What food have you tried?
Exactly.
I want to ask you because you're already a Lagosian.
You live here, don't you?
So, me. Okay.
Yes, you.
I've had the goat curry. I had some jollof rice as well, and I've had some yam porridge. Different combinations of yam and plantains. Those were really great for me.
You? No, I know you are. Why am I even asking? He's already a Lagosian. Okay, so we're just waiting for you to get set now, and then we begin to get some music. Now, what are some of the not pushback, but learning points? Learning points that you think we need to give attention to. What are the learning points for you that you think could help this collaboration a lot more? A good number of people want to just, let me use the local parlance, jackpot. You know what that means? Don't worry, Google it, you'll find out.
But you need to tell him so he can answer your question.
I can tell him.
He'll tell.
Oh, he's a Nigerian, so he knows.
So many people just want to, leave. For you, what are the things that you think, the values that you think, if people gave it more attention from your experience, having traveled all over the place, maybe perhaps certain common trends or threats you've seen in the attitudes of especially young people, that if they gave it more attention, maybe they would cherish a lot more of the things that they have?
I think the key point, especially when you're talking about entrepreneurship or professional development, is understanding who you are and where you're from. Without that understanding, it doesn't translate well to international communities, right? And most of all, you don't want to test things on other communities. It has to be authentic. It has to be solid. And that means as you're dreaming about where you can go with their art, think about what it means to you at home. As a person who works with artists that I meet often for the first time, my first questions about what are you bringing to the table? Who are you when the music is off? And I think that's something that we try to teach artists to embrace, is that they come from something special. For them, they need to identify what that is and translate that to people.
Any culture shock for you, Risky?
Culture shock? No. So I am an American.
Well, of
but
course, after going to 50 whatever cities, you know, culture shock, but go ahead.
I am an American, but my family is from Indonesia, and there are actually very common similarities in the way we dress and some of the food, and it's equatorially very similar in where we are. So it's actually, I'm relating to a lot of Nigerian things. Vibes. Yes, thank you for the word.
Juniors, like going back to the food, what food have you tasted here?
I eat everything. So, like...
It sounds like a missionary.
Yeah, I know that sounds bad, but I don't play with food.
Oh.
So when people offer it, I eat it. And
what did you like best?
Actually, I'm a jollof person. So, like, across like all of the countries, you know, I'm always trying jollof. Like, and I don't eat it like much at home because I savor it so much. But I prefer Nigerian jollof, just in case somebody was going to ask.
There you go again.
I know that was
that question answered.
I knew that was the next question.
But you know, one of the, and I see that some of your colleagues right there, they're just laughing. I know we're going to get there, but you know, music is such a powerful universal language. We are broadcasters, so we've done a lot of playing of music on radio over the years. A transition between people's interest in foreign music. Your music here is foreign, of course. Mine is foreign to you, but now it seems to be bringing everything together. To from the transition from foreign music to local music and then back to mixing everything is quite unique. But the angle that you are bringing this from is that of body beats, B-boys, B-girls, and the rest of them. Tell us about that. What are the elements to expect?
Yeah, so with hip-hop, we have multiple elements. We have the music makers, which are our DJs, our music producers, our beatboxers. We have our MCs, we have our aerosol artists, and we have our B-boys, B-girls, or dancers, as they're commonly referred to. We have our aerosol artists who also are able to tell our stories and put them up for us to see and give us the images. There's many other elements, but I think the main, what's at the foundation of this is expression. And how are we expressing ourselves? And what are the stories that we're telling about the places that we're from and the people who mean the most to us?
So,
okay, let me turn to Joe now. This program has been going on for a while.
Yes.
How are Nigerians embracing this, and how are they reacting to it?
Oh, I think they're embracing it very warmly, and I mean, you can see by the enthusiasm over at Ogidi Studios when they're doing the jamming together and when they're doing making music together, just the excitement. And I would just say we did a dance troupe come through here in July. We did a dance concert over Echo Hotel, really well attended, 500 people. We did all these workshops with all dance studios across Lagos, and the same thing happened. They did workshops during the days before the performance at night, and you could see the enthusiasm in the young people, and their talent was just so strong and so emotional. And you see that in all of the different performing artists that we're doing, and then also in the film area too. When I see young filmmakers from America come over and do workshops and do exchanges with young Nollywood filmmakers, you see the same thing. So there's just this great enthusiasm in Nigeria and also in America for learning about Nigeria, and for Nigerians learning about what's going on in the U.S. as well. And so we're trying to bring the two together to produce some really great stuff. And I think in the future we're going to see great products and great collaboration in music and in film that'll be not just American or Nigerian, but Nigerian American or American Nigerian.
You're going to have to give us a new category of citizenship for that one. But
Julius, it looks like when it comes to music, Nigeria is down. Nigeria is ready. We're there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't think anybody thinks anything different. Like that is factual. And it's not just about their truth, it's how they're able to convey it. And
tell me, what in your opinion is most unique? We're going to take your group right now, but what in your opinion, from your experience as a musician, is unique about Afrobeats that excites you?
I think what excites me about Afrobeats is experimentation, like with rhythm. Not sticking to normal chords, using different types of percussion.
I thought that was upsetting.
What?
I thought that would be upsetting.
No, like that's the inspiration. Like the inspiration is to some of us who don't fancy being purists, we're looking to Nigeria for that inspiration. Like almost saying, who's not at the table? What music is not at the table? What rhythms are not being represented? Show that to us. And tell those stories in your language. And makes us ask questions about the languages that they're speaking as well.
Well, this is a long conversation because I'm wondering what Beethoven would have thought about what you just said. But my producer is trying to bring someone in now. Is she bringing the fellow in while we're waiting for that? I know that you have a number of other people joining us in the group.
Yes.
Tell us about them.
Yeah, so we have a team of 3 artist educators today coming on stage. Okay. Mel Beats from New York City. He is a beat maker. He's going to be playing some live beats.
Is that him?
And experimentation. Yes, instrumentation. Okay. And we also have Jay Swiss from New York City. He is an MC rapper who's going to be rapping over the beats, so you'll see a little bit of that collaboration. And we have the talented and incomparable Brene Ali, who is living from Baltimore, Maryland, but is from Flint, Michigan. She is a dancer of many sorts.
All right, let them come down. Come on, no. Okay, but he's got to start, right?
He's moving to the beat.
Well, I can hear it. He can hear it himself.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, y'all, and you don't stop. Yes, y'all, and you don't stop.
So I only put love in the show. Avoid no enemy, it's all love in the flow. When I'm in it, becomes something that it wasn't before. Authentic before me, man, it wasn't as raw. We on the right track. You could be you, don't fight that. How you feel, do it just like that. If they leave, they gon' be right back. Look, be a B-girl or a mic star. Do a tap dance, make a dope beat. In the Telf hood, tell them how far. Tell them that's good, tell them how far. This is next level with Rez, Benet, and Mel. Jay Switch raps with words I pain as well. So bow, let me know how the frames present me. If you're not authentic, then the game is risky. Come on, keep it authentic, y'all. Come on, keep it authentic, y'all. Come on, keep it authentic, y'all. Come on, keep it authentic. Get it, Benet. Hey. Hey. Yeah, keep it authentic. Next level, Renee Ali, Mel Beats, Jay Swiss, sit out to Rez. Glad to be here. Lagos, Baltimore to New York, to Miami, to DC, LA, much love.
I could go on and on, you know, but
Indeed.
yeah, because right now I want to try that.
I love to see
Because you know, I'm gonna try it next year.
Whoa.
Because you know, there's this African music called bata. It's even though they don't wear shoes when they dance the beat, but hey, maybe you should try one of these. It's only that we have to just. But I gotta thank you guys for being here, man. That's amazing.
Well done.
Now, I know you're still. Don't worry, you're still starstruck right now.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
I trained her, everything that she's doing. Well, we'll come back to that one. I have to thank you very much, Joe Kruzich, for being here this morning.
Thank you. I just want to mention, too, that they'll be at the Freedom Park performing.
Today?
Not today.
September 15th.
This,
September 15th.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So more of that information we're going to get from Tayo. Thank you so much for your time. He's U.S. Consul Public Affairs Officer. Junior's Brickhouse, Director of Next Level, was here as well as Risky Rakhmat, who is site manager. Thank you all for being here, and thank you, and thank you, and thank you.
And good luck at the show at Freedom Park.
Absolutely. Well, you can watch the replay. Well, it's going to be at Freedom Park, by the way, just so you know.
On the 15th of September.
Thank you so much. That's been Sunrise today. I'm Ayo Makinde. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend.
And I am Alera Odu, wishing you all the best. See you at Freedom Park on the 15th.
Well,
Bye.
I'm going to try that, you know.
Good luck. Don't break your legs.